guys really burn me up.
Hey, I'm on fire, and I'm okay. Check it out.
If Heatblast isn't in your top 5, heck, even your top 10, then you either forgot where you came from or you just didn't watch Ben 10 right. And no, I'm not talking about power scaling here. Sure, we all know there are aliens who could absolutely demolish Heatblast in a fight, but that's not what this is about. Heatblast was more than just another alien in the Omnitrix. He was a symbol. He is Ben 10, the face of the franchise. He was day one. From the very beginning, Ben used Heatblast so much that even Gwen complained about it. And yes, Forearms and Accelerate got a lot of screen time too, even Stinkfly, surprisingly. But Heatblast just brought that iconic presence every time. It's interesting too because we later find out that 11-year-old Ben was deeply attached to Feedback, like emotionally attached. He even went into a depression when malware destroyed him, to the point where Ben took off the Omnitrix altogether. But while Feedback was a deep emotional connection, Heatblast was the alien that introduced us and Ben to the thrill of transformation. We will talk about Feedback in another video, don't worry, but right now, this is Heatblast time. So why is Heatblast loved by so many fans? It's not a mystery. First off, there's the nostalgia. He was the first alien we ever saw Ben turn into. That scene where he blasts a tree and sets off a whole forest fire is burned into our brains. Then there's the design, this flaming, magma-coated humanoid with molten cracks and glowing eyes. It's just such a striking visual. Add Steve Bloom's voice, that gravelly, heat-soaked tone that made Heatblast sound confident, dangerous, and cool as hell, and you've got the perfect alien. And come on, who didn't want to control fire at age 10? That's every kid's dream. Heatblast is a pyronite, a plasma-based species from a star called Pyros. These guys live in constant combustion. His body might look human-shaped, but it's fire and volcanic rock all the way through. And while most people just remember him as the guy who throws fireballs, his skill set was way more diverse than that. He could create swirling fire cyclones that lifted people and moved them around gently, yes, gently, without a single burn mark. He could fly by forming a fiery hoverboard or even by lifting chunks of lava rock to surf on. And in one of the most hilarious twists in Ben 10, when Ben catches a cold, Heatblast powers flip into ice. That's right, he starts freezing stuff instead of torching it, a temporary ice power-up. He was also capable of going supernova. Remember 4-year-old Ben? Yeah, tiny Ben once had a tantrum so big as Heatblast that he went supernova, defeating Hex. But like every alien, he has limits. Heatblast isn't very effective against some species like the Limax, Vaxosaurians, and especially Petrosapiens, who are made of solid crystal.
Worst of all, the crab dozers. These are the natural predators of pyronites. And they don't just shrug off fire. They produce a special saliva that can literally extinguish a pyronite's body. Now let's talk about Heatblast's evolution across the series. The original design was bold, bright, and unforgettable. Then we saw Ben 10,000's version, taller, bulkier, and with giant flames erupting from his shoulders. That design had Battle Hardened written all over it. In Alien Force and Omniverse, Heatblast took on a darker, sleeker look, showing how the franchise matured with its audience. Gwen's version of Heatblast was leaner and more agile, bringing a new visual spin to the character. And of course, we can't ignore the live-action Heatblast from Race Against Time. I'll leave you to discuss this one on the comment section. Each version reflected the tone of the series at the time. And you remember that fight, don't you? The one where Ben turns into Heatblast and goes up against Vilgax, who's at least twice his size and 100 times more experienced? Now sure, Ben had no clue how powerful Vilgax really was at the time, but still, that was a moment. And when Vilgax threw him through 3 buildings, and Heatblast got back up like nothing happened, that wasn't just bravery. That was Ben showing us what Heatblast really meant. Resilience, fire, and pure willpower. Heatblast isn't just popular because he looks cool or shoots fire. He represents what Ben 10 is all about. Curiosity, power, recklessness, growth. He was our first step into the universe of aliens and adventures. And no matter how many transformations Ben unlocked later on, Heatblast always stayed relevant. Because he wasn't just a part of the Omnitrix. He was the heart of it. So yeah, if Heatblast doesn't make your top 10, maybe it's time you went back and rewatched the series with fresh eyes. You might realize you've been sleeping on the king himself.